Peng Shong, and I'm going to show you a history of 11 couples. So I'm going to start you guys off with an introduction. So imagine that you are traveling through the rough time of the 1970s while the Vietnam War is still going on, viewing thousands of dead bodies all over the fields, shedding tears, searching for any meals, and crossing rivers of blood streams. Luckily enough, some of the Hmong people have fled Laos to Thailand, a place that was peaceful and calm. This is the story of loving couples. During 1975, the Vietnam War was still around. It was the same time that both my parents was born into a lifetime of hopeless tragedy. Both of my parents' families have fought during the Vietnam War and have fled Laos to Thailand for freedoms.
The secret war in Laos is during the Vietnam War, and the United States came to Laos to recruit the Hmong people in northern Laos to stop the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which is the supply line from North Vietnam to South Vietnam, and that also ran into conflict because the United States fear that it may be a domino effect, that if South Vietnam fall, then Laos is going to fall.
Chị bên nhau cho xa chỗ chi sư chị này phòng tôi tới chợ chị khía tua rồi chị là khía tua rồi mà bây giờ chị bên nhau tổ ở xuống tổ cá thì nhà là tua mà bên cô tu chi tu thì lâu đợt áo đợt nữa sư on đây là tôi thấy tê lại tôi tọt bên là nhà là chúng nó bên tọt cái tua kia rồi sụp trong là bên kia em muốn cho chơi thằng ta nó trả hai luôn chỉ tôi theo chạy bé kia giờ tôi tới chờ nó sẽ pha tôi rồi nhà là kia là tôi thấy té sẽ pha tôi rồi tới chờ nó là chỉ mong.
The United States secretly went into Laos and recruited the people and to fight with the North Vietnamese, and so it's a secret war. It's been kept secret until the United States pulled out from Vietnam, and then it's still being kept secret until we, as the Hmong people, arrive here in the United States and we make our voice heard and we say we are part of that secret mission.
We may now have third generation Hmong Americans. Just by having that third generation Hmong American community here, that by itself allows that evolution, you may call it change, of the community. You know, that self-assertiveness, the understanding, the power of knowing two languages, the understanding of knowing how to navigate two different cultures, which at the same time causes struggles. You know, the Hmong culture is very different than the more established mainstream Anglo-Saxon culture here in Appleton especially. Wanting to hold on to the values, religion, practices of the Hmong community while trying to integrate and be successful in the Anglo community can be a little bit challenging.
My dad, he's a shaman, and nowadays, like, no one like really depends on shaman because it's like, you know, we'll just go to the hospital and stuff like that. And I guess like that really impacts me because we're really cultural and stuff. I feel like our culture is just like dying out now.
Hmong children that are born in the U.S., you know, they feel like they only have one identity, and that's their American identity. They're forgetting that they have this other side of themselves, their Hmong identity, that they should celebrate and they should cherish as well.
A lot of like Hmong students nowadays, our generations doesn't really speak Hmong. They're more into like America, like, you know, speaking English. They don't really like stay to the Hmong culture.
I think the greatest issue with the elders is that they fear that the younger generation will become more Americanized and they will lose their cultural heritage.
Chứ tàu khai tiền bé nhập mông thì lúc này tổng tiền là một tổng tiền là cả tầm nhập mông là họ bảo hay nhập mông thế họ bảo hành ra hạt tiền tàn chơi hạt tiền chỉ tới lục mông thì lời tiền nhưng chỉ bảo đi lời hay cho khổ trợ thế lục mông lời chỉ bảo thì tổng tiền một gì nên cho bảo tiền nếu nhập mông ta chỉ mà nếu chỉ bảo hay là lục mông thế nếu chỉ bảo tiền nếu nhập tư li là tiền kia
In my household, we try to speak Hmong because for me, unfortunately, I did come to the U.S. in 1984 when I was 5 years old, so I did go into the regular school system like every 5-year-old American child. And so my parents tried their best to speak Hmong to us, and they tried their best to teach us the customs and the traditions and the cultures. But you know, it was really hard because our whole day, our whole life was focused on learning American history, learning American language, learning American customs.
What I like about American culture is that American culture have their own way of manners, like in their neighborhood, like being nice. They're always greeting, they're always saying hi to you, even though if you're a different race, they're always saying hi to you because it's like a good neighborhood and they're just trying to be a good neighbor.
I like how they can teach the kids like going to like really high education and make like everyone have their own like respect and all that.
You know, the one thing the American culture teaches our young children to be is to be independent, to be outspoken, you know, to have eye contact, and those are the total opposite of the Hmong culture.
Also with the American culture, I like it how it's free and stuff, but I guess that like gives the Hmong kids like an advantage to like do whatever they want, which their parents are really like old-fashioned, so they wouldn't like that.
I plan to go to college, and I'll be the very first one in my family to be going to college because my mom and my dad was too strict with my first brother, so they didn't allow him to go to college. I would want to go to a college that's far because sometimes, like what people say, you just want to get away from your family.
What do your parents think about that?
I haven't really talked to them about it, but I'm sure they wouldn't approve it if I told them.
I think the issue has changed over a year. At first, it's a problem because the younger generation want to be more Americanized. They don't really understand what the older generation wants, and they don't have the experience. And the older generation did not see the changes. But as time goes, we have recognized that we need to accept both. So the younger generation is starting to listen to Hmong folktale. They started to learn Hmong language, reading and writing.
Every year they host up like New Year's or like a clan like last name Tao New Year, Yang New Year, Zhang New Year, Li New Year, and we always they gather and all the Hmong like families together, and we try to keep on passing on our culture. Like we all know that it's America, but then we still need to keep our religion and what we believe in to represent that we're Hmong.
When you do see Hmong people practicing specific customs or traditions, or you know, when you do come across like a young Hmong student and they won't look at you in the eye or they won't have eye contact with you, you know, try to understand from, you know, their point of view that their culture is very different.
I believe that many of the reasons why we have issues is because we are all ignorant, and it's not an ignorance of you are stupid. It's ignorance of I ignore, I don't know the facts, I don't understand what's going on. And at the same time, it's important for the Hmong to be able to educate us about what's important.
We're learning together, we're growing together, and how we do that is through talking, sharing stories, as well as teaching each other, educating each other about our beliefs and our cultures.